This video describes the key elements of the cleanup action selected by Ecology for the Occidental chemical site in Tacoma, Washington. The remedy is protective of human health and the environment and is based on an extensive investigation of site conditions and an exhaustive review of all practicable remedial options. The remedy includes institutional controls, containment and exposure control elements, and removal of chemical mass to the maximum extent practicable. Occidental will be required to operate and maintain the remedy until long-term cleanup objectives have been met. Financial assurance will be provided to ensure this occurs. As part of the remedy design process, both climate hazards and natural disaster planning will be considered to ensure the remedy is resilient. Ecology will ensure that adaptive management is used to adjust the remedy and/or implement appropriate contingencies if needed. This is the Commencement Bay area and the Hylebos waterway in the vicinity of the site. The VOC groundwater plume and shallow soil hotspots beneath the site are shown. The area of elevated pH in soil and groundwater beneath the site is also shown. The area with elevated pH is located generally south of the VOC plume and is generally found at shallower depths, although there is some overlap between the two plumes. Investigations have shown that the VOC groundwater plume is present below the Hylebos, but it does not currently discharge above cleanup levels to the Hylebos, except for at one location near the embankment. The first element of the remedy is the installation and operation of a shallow soil vapor extraction system to remove chemical mass from the shallow soil and groundwater. The shallow soil vapor extraction system is part of the early action source treatment. It will dewater targeted shallow soil areas of the site for treatment, and it will reduce potential for contaminant migration and release of hazardous substances to groundwater, soil vapor, indoor air, and ambient air. The second element of the remedy is the vertical barrier wall. The vertical barrier wall creates a physical barrier which is designed to cut off potential shallow groundwater seepage, particularly elevated pH seepage to the Hylebos waterway. It will also stabilize the bank to ensure that erosion of material from the site does not occur. The third element of the remedy is a cover system that prevents direct contact with underlying environmental media and prevents infiltration of precipitation. The cover system eliminates the potential for migration to ambient air and also eliminates the potential for contaminated runoff from impacting adjacent surface waters. The fourth element of the remedy is focused groundwater extraction and treatment of groundwater from the areas with the most elevated VOC concentrations. This removal will also contain the impacted groundwater in the near term while reducing the size of the plume over time. Groundwater in the area is not a drinking water source. Groundwater will be extracted from the most elevated areas of VOC groundwater impacts for mass removal. This element of the remedy will eliminate potential contaminant migration to groundwater, seep, pore water, and surface water. A video illustrates the groundwater plume reducing in size over time as the plume is pulled back towards the property and extracted water is treated and discharged. The fifth element of the remedy includes implementation of institutional controls that will be legally enforceable. Institutional controls limit or prohibit activities that interfere with the integrity or operation of the remedy. Institutional controls include fencing, land use restrictions, and health and safety programs. The final element of the remedy is operation, maintenance, and monitoring of the remedy to ensure the remedy is being maintained, operating effectively, and meeting remedial goals. Routine soil vapor, indoor air, and groundwater monitoring will be performed. All of these elements are designed to work together to protect human health and the environment and to reduce site impacts to the maximum extent practicable. Throughout the cleanup action implementation, ecology will oversee the process of adaptive management to adjust the remedy and/or implement appropriate contingencies if needed in response to cleanup action performance monitoring data and changes in site conditions.